Hello everyone, welcome back to my space, my YouTube channel. I want to thank you so much for your awesome support. Continue to like, subscribe and share. Today, however, I want to talk about toxic behaviors that can be disastrous if not put in check. Toxic behaviors that can affect us mentally, emotionally, psychologically, relationally. These emotions, these behaviors, if not put in check, we can find ourselves cliffed over. What is it that I'm talking about? Have you ever been in a situation where it's not so favorable, but for some reason all you want to do is just to throw your hand in the air and say enough is enough? It's probably a case that you have been experiencing this type of behavior for quite a while, but now you're dropping the ball. You are raising your hand and say, I had enough. This is where I draw the line. Or you're probably feeling as Pilate did. Pilate tried to convince them this is the king of the Jews, but nobody wants to listen to him. So what he did was to wash his hand and said, listen, I am done. Is it that you're feeling when you encounter some type of behavior, some behaviors that you know that they are disastrous, and if you don't draw the line, eventually you'll probably be on the same side of the fence with this? After all, scripture said, if you run with the wise, you will be wise still. But if you associate with a fool, then you will cause more harm to yourself. Today, I will be addressing 3 behaviors that people display and is usually an indicator of what they are going through, how they are feeling. There's a famous saying that hurting people hurt people. But this morning, I want to let you know that you don't need to keep anybody in check. You need just to keep yourself in check. And this is where you need to say, listen, I'm going to draw the line. I'm going to have a conversation with you over the fence. So come with me as we look on 3 behaviors that I consider to be disastrous. Behavior number 1, the unsatisfied. That's my word. These are persons that they cannot be satisfied. They're your exceptionally best is never good enough. It doesn't matter how hard you try. It doesn't matter how much you put in. It is just never good enough. You cannot satisfy them. They will not extend or trouble themselves for you, but you better do it for them. They will press you for more, and even when there's evidence that you are all waist up, dried out, there's nothing more there, they'll still wring you dry just to get what they need. They, for me, is called the unsatisfier. You cannot satisfy them. And guess what? You have to draw the line. This is where you have to say enough is enough. You will never please them, no care how hard and long you are with them. They will never be satisfied because you're good is never enough. The second persons or the second types of behavior I want to look on is what I call the blamers. I call them the blamers because they are considered the pointers. They point their fingers at you at every reason, any reason at all. They are the one that will say, you always, you never, can't you. They don't take blame for themselves, but they're always quick to blame you for something. They're what Matthew speaks about when it says, listen, take the beam out of your eyes before you take it out of somebody else's eyes. So oftentimes we associate with ourselves with not just the persons who we can't satisfy, but we also associate ourselves with persons who always blame us. It doesn't matter how hard we try, we're blamed and labeled with the phrases, you can, can't you, you always, you never. Listen, it is not their responsibility. Yes, it's never their responsibility. It is always your responsibility. Hello, this is toxic behavior. This is where you have to draw the line. Strange but true. Did you know that most time the blamers are the ones that are always envious? They're envious for some weird reason. They feel that everything happening good to you should have been them. So guess what? They don't support you because it should have been me. Hello, draw the line. Enough is enough. When that is said and done, so we have persons, the type of behavior of the unsatisfier. We have the blamers. And the last one I want to look on is what I call the bystanders. I dub it the Thomas syndrome effect. The Thomas syndrome effect, I must see before I believe. You know Thomas in the Bible. If I don't see the nail scars in his hand, I would never believe. But you know what? I am saying I love persons who walk along even when there's famine in the land. But these are the bystanders. They are the ones who stand by even when you ask them for help. They are not willing to invest into anything unless there is a tangible reward for them. They are the bystanders. They will not come on board until the fireworks are up. They are the bystanders. They will not come alongside you until they see what the end of the tunnel looks like. So tonight, this morning, wherever you are, is that these behaviors are toxic behaviors. And now that we are familiar with at least 3 of these disastrous behavior, these toxic behaviors, what is it that we should do? And not only just drawing the line and saying enough is enough, your job is, and you're saying, I'm waiting on it. Yes, I'm going to share it with you, because your job is that you cannot blame them for treating you that way. Do I need to say that again? You cannot blame them for treating you that way. And you say, why? Because you gave them the permission to treat you that way. You gave them the advice. You gave them the advantage. You tell them how to treat you. They don't treat you because they don't treat you any other way more than what you have displayed before them. So now you have the opportunity. Oh, I gave them that. Now you have the opportunity to take back that power. Take back that power from them and start owning your life. Because if you continue along that path, you will be on the next side of the fence playing out what has been done to you because you have given them permission. My second point in your job to do is that you have to take responsibility of yourself. Nobody's going to live your life for you. You have to take that time for me. You have to take that time for you. You must have what we call a me day, a me time, where you meditate on you, being the best you that our Creator has done for us. You have to be the best you, where you relax yourself and calm yourself and being the best reason for why God has done this for you. The third point is that you have to consciously live your life. You only have one life to live. Hello, there is no spare to you. What you do now is recorded in the laments of heaven. You have to make sure that you consciously live your life with the fear and the admiration that we have a God who sits high and looks low, and he's coming back again with his reward. So not only you can blame anybody for you not living your life according to how you want it, but more to the dictates of others. It's just that you need to make sure that you live your life in such a way that it's pleasing to God, because at the end of the day, you have to give an account for the life that you live. So in closing, I must say to you, as you draw the line, you must be remembered that you are also on the line of somebody else. You have to make sure that when you sit in proxy and looking on somebody else, 1, you are not the unsatisfier. 2, you are not the blamers. And 3, you are not the one who is just sitting there bystanding, just watching and waiting for an opportune time for you can jump in to get all the praise, to get all the glory. This is where we have to stop to say, listen, I have drawn the line. Enough is enough.